Okay, so 3 hours ish. There we go. 3 hours ish later, and I'm finally done watching day one of E3 2018. And holy shit. Let me just, before I get into this, let me just apologize to EA real quick. Because going into this, I had such a sour taste in my mouth because EA has done so much wrong to gamers in the past few years, you know, with loot boxes and a bunch of that shit. So, to go into this kind of in a bad way, like, okay, you know, like, alright, I'm not very excited for this. I'm, you know, kind of like, okay, I don't really want to watch this. It's going to kind of suck. I didn't really, you know, care going into this that much. And oh my god, I regret not being very, like, into it because, I mean, there were some things I didn't really give a shit about. The Madden thing was really cringy. NBA Live, didn't really care. You know, but, you know, there was a lot that they announced that I was like, oh, okay. Like, yes, good job, EA. Good boys. Sit. Yep, good. You know, especially Anthem, which we'll get into in a minute. You know, I say a minute, there's like, that's all from today. Right there, these 2 pages are all from today. I, really quick want to say this is my first E3 I'm covering on the channel, so I really hope you guys enjoy what I bring to you. So, without further ado, let's jump into it. Before I get into this pre-day one, even though technically day one is the 12th, Twin Mirror got announced by Sony, coming out in 2019, and Hitman 2 got announced, I believe, yesterday as well, and a few other things also got announced. The pre-game video I did before today's stuff, you guys can all see, well, technically, yesterday's stuff. But sorry, it's not my fault. I had to work during the entire press conference, so I literally got home, went on YouTube, loaded up EA's thing, started watching it, and I just got done watching it, and holy shit, I'm in love with Anthem right now. It's mwah. All right. First, they start with Battlefield 5. You can dive and smash through windows to sneak up on enemies. Before I get into this, I just want to say I'm still not a huge Battlefield fan, but this game does look pretty fucking fantastic. Ability to move defensive weapons around on the battlefield. So I think this is a new thing that they just added into this game. You can grab like your AA guns and shit and move them around on the battlefield to better defensive positions, which is actually a really cool addition. Customize your soldiers, your weapons, your vehicles. This is kind of a thing that's always been in first-person shooters for a while now. More single-player news to come during the Xbox briefing tomorrow, today, whatever you want to call it. So it's kind of weird that they're doing it as a solo kind of briefing. I figured this would kind of be coming. There is also more news on single-player coming in the summer, but I kind of figured they'd be more focusing on, you know, that later on, not tomorrow, but whatever. You know, no loot boxes, no premium pass. This was already announced. Again, it's kind of taken with a grain of salt. This could potentially come back. I mean, in Battlefront 2 they came back, so you never know. They're adding a Royale mode, so it kind of just seems like every game is now trying to do a Battle Royale mode. I mean, I'm getting sick and tired of Battle Royale modes, but they're just going to keep happening, so whatever. They'll have more on Royale later this year, what's gonna entail. Sorry, my shorts are ripped, I just realized. You know, the way it's gonna be played and all that kind of stuff. First look at ground operations, the Nautilus war story, exclusive first look tomorrow again. Honestly, I've never been a huge Battlefield fan, but Battlefield 5 honestly looked kind of interesting. It looked very well done. The fact that they're not doing loot boxes and premium pass is actually kind of a big step, especially for EA, because it's EA. Alright, next, FIFA 19. The first big announcement they did was Champions League is joining FIFA 19. If you guys don't know what Champions League is, it is a big thing with clubs, and it is going towards a cup. The Champions League Cup, and it is kind of like the World Cup, only it's, you know, it's less about your country and it's more about your team. So it's like the Champions League is like Founders FC. No, I can't, dude. I have not watched FIFA. I have not watched soccer in so fucking long. Like LA Galaxy, New York, all them teams, going after this with their teammates. Whereas the World Cup is you playing for your country. You could potentially be going against your teammates. You're playing for your country, going for the best of the best. Authentic Tournament Champions mode. There's also, you can do it in career mode. FIFA Ultimate Team. Again, like a lot of their things, there's going to be more coming this summer to talk about. Also, I forgot to mention, Battlefield 5 is releasing in October. I think is what they said. They worked a lot on gameplay. This is releasing September 28th, 2018. Big FIFA 18 World Cup experience is now launched. You can go play it. For limited time, actually, if you do not own FIFA 18, you can go play FIFA 18 on a free trial, plus all the World Cup experience stuff right now on PS4, Xbox One, and PC through Origin Access. They talked about Origin Access Premier, and by they, I specifically mean the CEO of EA. It brings you all the new PC games, starting with Madden NFL 19, making its first foray back onto PC in about a decade. FIFA 19, Battlefield 5. The wondrous news that is Anthem. They're going to also release a Vault, and they will have more things going on to this summer. They'll talk more about it. The Vault, I'm assuming, is going to be old EA games, so Star Wars the old Battlefront games, a bunch of that kind of stuff. We'll see. Obviously, we'll know more on that in the summer. And that goes off of their Origins Access thing. I think Premiere is just a better version of it, but I'm not sure. All right. The wonderful game from Respawn that has been being worked on, the Star Wars game that everyone's been talking about a lot recently, has finally gotten some news. So it is called Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Obviously, it's the new game from Respawn. It takes place during the dark times between episodes 3 and 4, and it's when Jedi are being hunted, and is going to have a holiday 2019 release. So around December-ish 2019, between probably between like October to December 2019. God, I hate doing my videos down here. Honestly, I'm very excited for that. I've never been a huge Star Wars fan, but if Respawn's doing a single player game, I might check it out. It sounds kind of interesting. All right, then we got some Star Wars Battlefront 2 news. They're going to do a new squad. There's a new squad system coming this summer, a new Starfighter mode, which is basically a dogfight mode. They're adding in stuff from Solo and a bunch of that kind of stuff. Large-scale multiplayer sandbox mode coming. And I think the biggest news, Grievous and the Clone Wars stuff to be coming this year, including Count Dooku, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin Skywalker, and the lead developer on this thanked the fans for, kind of forgiving them for how bad Battlefront 2's launch was, and giving them the opportunity to kind of make up for it, and I think they really have. Again, I said I went into this. Sorry, I said I went into this with a very sour taste in my mouth towards EA. I swear. Everything decides to go off. There has to be a million noises when I record. I said I went into this with a really sour taste in my mouth towards EA, and then they really showed that this year is about the fans, and I really enjoyed, the way they've kind of made up for their shitty practices the past 2 years. Unravel 2 officially announced via a trailer. It's kind of a sad start. You lost your spark. You lost your kind of your thing. I never really played Unravel, so I just kind of had to go off what they said. But you form a new bond. It is it's to be played with two characters. It's made to be played with two characters, which you can do by yourself, controlling both characters, or with a friend. If you want to control both characters, you can, for faster paced bits where you're kind of just running through. You can pick up the other character and run along, and then when you have to go to like a story puzzle type point, you can split and switch between the two characters, and you could even have a friend jump in during that if you wanted to. Yeah. And the biggest news, you can go play it right now. I'm not even kidding. Unravel 2 is officially available for purchase and download and play, whether you want to play it by yourself or with a friend. You can go on to the PlayStation Store, Xbox Store, PC. Don't know if Switch has it. And go play right now if you want to. Next thing, through an EA Originals, kind of like Unravel and Unravel 2, being by a smaller studio, being brought on by EA, is Sea of Solitude. And the best description she gave for it was, when humans get too lonely, they turn into monsters. The whole story is about you playing, your character becomes so lonely that she turns into this monster, and the journey is to figure out why and how to change back to a human. It's kind of one of those things that people can relate to. You know, we've all felt those sorts of situations, you know, where we're very lonely and we put our worst qualities forward. And I think I've definitely done that in my time. And honestly, Sea of Solitude looks fucking fantastic. And I honestly might pick it up and do a playthrough of it on the channel because it just looks fantastic. All right, next. On to NBA Live 19 is going to be available September 7th. And they announced it through an I'm the One trailer. It was... There's not really much to say on this one. They just announced it through a trailer. That was it. Madden 19, announced by Juju Smith-Schuster and Young Kiv, the guy who won the Madden 18 championship fucking tournament thing. Again, I say this is really cringy because it fucking was. It was horribly cringe-worthy. They should not have had those two brought in to do it. They should have just had the actual fucking developers talking about it, because having those two come out and announce it, it felt so forced, and I hated it. And it's one of the reasons I don't play Madden games, is because, honestly, they always have some stupid thing like this every year. It seems like they could be bringing a My Career mode back. It's been gone from the games for a while. It's something I think a lot of people have missed, the My Player sort of experience. But with the trailer that was announced, it seems like they could be bringing it back in some sort of way. Then they went on to announce some sort of mobile game. It's in pre-alpha. You could actually go play it right now. At least that's what they said, but then I went to do it and it said I could only pre-register. By the way, this is only if you're on Android. It will be coming to iOS later on, Apple. But currently, if you're on Android, you can go pre-register, it seems, not play the pre-alpha, or at least I couldn't play the pre-alpha. I'm sure you probably could. They said they could also give you, if you pre-register, they might give you the access to the early access version. It looks very Halo Wars-like, and then it got announced that it is Command & Conquer Rivals, a new mobile game in the Command & Conquer series, and now I'm intrigued. I'm a huge Command & Conquer fan. I've been a Command & Conquer fan for a while, and the ability to be able to play on my phone and on the go, I could just be sitting, let's say I'm sitting, like, at the DMV or some shit, and I'm just waiting, because it's the DMV. I could just pull out my phone, have a real-time game with someone, and then, finish the game, go back. There is a few different ways to win, and mostly it's just destroying your opponent's base, which is easiest done by controlling the nuke in the center of the map. It takes 2 nuke shots to blow up the enemy's base completely. They actually had two mobile RTS people playing the game against each other, and I believe In Control ended up winning it over Nick at Night. I have never heard of either of those two people, but it was actually really cool to see gamers being able to play this on stage. I thought it was really cool. Again, it's been a while since I've watched E3. I didn't watch it last year. I don't believe I watched it in 2016. I think the last one I watched was 2015, so yeah, it's been a while. Honestly, I love Command & Conquer, and yeah, I'm excited. All right, and finally, the moment you've all been waiting for, Anthem. Honestly, this is probably one of the games I was most hyped up for, and I'm hoping to God it does not get overhyped like No Man's Sky did. I really hope that this game turns out as good as it's being, packaged as being, because, just realized, by the way, I started Anthem at the bottom of this page. It goes on for this entire page. This is all Anthem right here. Basically, here to there is all Anthem. So, good job, EA. You really showed the focus of this, and I love the fact that they closed with Anthem. If they would have started with Anthem, it would have been just like everything else being disappointing to me. Like, Anthem! Everything else. You know what I mean? So I'm glad they chose to end it with Anthem. They chose to start it with what I personally was the least excited for, Battlefield 5, and end it with what I was the most excited for, Anthem. Alright. Honestly, this is what we've all been waiting for. I think anyone who had to sit through the entirety of the EA press conference was like, just get to Anthem ready. Come on, just hurry the fuck up. If you're as impatient as me, then. It honestly, it looks fantastic. It very much feels like it's an Iron Man type game. Like, this feels like the Iron Man game that we all deserve. Let's just be honest, let's just all be honest, because the one based off the movie sucked ass. Then again, most of the Marvel games based off the movies sucked ass. Alright. They had a kind of EDM techno style of Muse's Uprising playing in the background, which I thought was really cool because I'm a huge Muse fan, and I love that song. It's one of my favorite songs by Muse. So having Uprising playing behind it was like, oh yeah, it's fucking awesome. You know, it got me all fucking pumped up and shit. And I was like, fuck, I love this game even more. And it was just wonderful. They're kind of doing a thing called Our World, My Story, where, you know, everything is the same for everyone. So like, if there's a storm going on when you're playing, there's a storm going on when everyone else is playing. At least in that area, I'm sure they're going to have kind of a system where it's like, okay, if this place is storming, you know, because realistically, if it's raining in Michigan, it's not raining in Florida, you know what I mean? And that's kind of the way, I kind of would like it if they had that sort of system in play. After your mission, you return to kind of a little base, a hub sort of area by yourself. It's kind of a single player thing. You turn in your rewards, all that kind of stuff. So I really like the fact that they're doing it this way. It's part multiplayer, part single player, but you also have the choice to just go it alone and be completely single player. Obviously, it will be a little bit harder if you go straight single player and don't do a team up sort of thing with co-op and stuff. But honestly, I love it. They've designed it to add for years to come, so like years from now, they're still going to try to have more story coming into the game, you know, so people you form bonds with, again, this is BioWare, so you're going to be able to form bonds with these characters. You know, there'll be new things with those characters that you formed a close personal bond with, which I think is a very cool thing, because a lot of BioWare games, you know, they've talked about it where after the story is completed, people would like to go back and play it. So I think it's really cool that they're like, okay, here, once the story is completed, guess what? Fucking year from now, boom, there's more story for you to play. I like that idea. Honestly, the game it looks fucking stunning. Like, I repeat this like multiple times, but holy shit, this fucking game looks amazing. I cannot stress this enough. Anthem is probably going to be the game of the year. Oh god, I really hope I didn't just jinx it. But I think it could potentially be game of the year, because oh my fucking god, Anthem looks fantastic. Like, I can't stress that enough. Anthem looks amazing. It just, yeah, okay, just, you're a uniquely skilled pilot slash, what the fuck's it called again? Freelancer. Designed to pilot the exosuits. Like, you're trained specifically, uniquely to pilot these exosuits, which there are 4. There is the Ranger, the Colossus, the Interceptor, and the Storm, all with their own unique sort of abilities. So it's kind of, I feel like it's kind of like, if I describe it in the best way I could, D&D like, where you have a Ranger type character, and then you have the tank, the healer, you know, that sort of thing. I think that's kind of the basis for this. They didn't really give much on the Interceptor and the Storm, but they did give a little bit more in depth on the Ranger and the Colossus, which I'll get to in a minute. And you, as the freelancer slash pilot, you're not the suit. You can choose whichever suit you want to go into based on your mood, the mission you're going into, or even what your friends are using. So let's say I have a group of friends who I play this game with. I want to go as, you know, my friends choose what they go as, and let's say we're going to use my actual friends who I actually play video games with as examples. Let's say Scotty goes as a Storm, Dalton goes as the Colossus, and shit. And let's say Jesse, I'll just use Jesse as my example. And Jesse goes as the Ranger, which leaves me to either choose one of the classes that's already been used, or I could choose the Interceptor. And I like that idea that once you choose a suit, you're not locked onto that suit. Like, you could choose back. And that's, again, I'm going to use this as an example. Destiny, again, less said about the game, the better. But you kind of, you choose a class and then you're stuck with it. You can't go and choose another one. You have to create new characters to do different classes. So I really like the idea that you have the ability to, like, if you want to, you can choose a different suit based on your mission, your mood, your friends, what they're using, that sort of thing. I really like that idea. The Ranger is a more generalized suit, and it's kind of built for up close and personal fighting. It looks like it's also kind of the ranged guy. It's the more all around type guy. The Colossus is heavier. He's more specialized. Uses big weapons. Has this cool ground pound attack. It's what we all imagine when we look at tanks in the video games. When we look at a tank character in any game, we see this sort of style thing, and I think the Colossus is probably going to be my favorite fucking suit to use. Just saying. You get color customization. You can change the geometry of your character, and you're able to make it your own. So you get to design the exosuit and all that your own way, and I like that idea that they're adding this in where you can change these sorts of things. This actually was a question asked by somebody on Twitter to Casey Hudson himself, the lead designer on this, the lead guy at BioWare. Another question asked, will there be loot boxes, that sort of stuff, and there will be cosmetics and vanity items that you can purchase, but you'll always know what you're getting. It's not going to be a loot box system. It's going to be, okay, let's say, because there's always championship tournaments in these sorts of games, okay? Let's say there's an Anthem championship tournament, right? And there's 10 teams. And Anthem, or BioWare, is like, okay, we're going to release skins for these teams so you can show which team you're representing, which team you support in the finals. Much like Call of Duty does with their tournaments. They always release these sorts of things. You're not going to go, okay, loot box, and hope you get the one you want. No, you literally get to go click the one you want. You get to choose the one you want to have for your character. And I like that idea. I really like the idea that they're giving you the ability to, if you want to buy a cosmetic or a vanity item, you fully get to choose what you're buying. It's, okay, I want to look like fucking Deadpool. Here you go. Boom, I get that exactly what I want. You don't have to hope that you get it. I really like that idea. So, and there's also no pay for power, which means I can't go pay to be better at the game than somebody else, which is also something I really like that they're putting into this. There's gonna be a main story with a full world. Right at launch, you can swim, run, fly, go for a more single player experience if you want. You have the choice of going solo, like I said earlier. The gameplay, the Strider, which is kind of like your base of operation thing when you're going to drop into a mission, looks fucking awesome. Getting in the suit looks fantastic, and I'm a huge Fallout fan, and I've always hated the fact that you just kind of hop into the suit very ungracefully, and there's mods that fix that, but I don't think I can get them on PS4. And so I really like the fact that you get to, like, immersively get into the suit. Like, you climb into it, and I really like that idea. It looks really amazing. The flying works really well. It looks wonderful going through the world with it. The world is wonderfully built and designed. The co-op works really well. It looks fantastic. There's world events, which is something I was wondering about when this game first got announced. Would they add in, world events when you go through certain areas? Would there be a potential of a world event popping up? And yes, there is, and I really like the idea. The Colossus can, tank through mines. He has a shield, and he can just go running through mines. They showed one mission, Scars and Villainy. They showed a bit of it. If you're actually at E3, you have the chance to go and play the rest of that mission. If you're at E3, okay, go fucking play. Straight, go play Anthem if you have the chance. Fucking A. If you're at E3 and you have the chance to go play Anthem, go play. Seriously. BioWare has honestly outdone themselves. I'm blown away. Yeah, hit my camera stand. Yeah, I'm blown away by how amazing Anthem looks. Fuck. Holy fuck shit. I'm honestly in love with this game. It looks fucking awesome. Like, I cannot wait for fucking Anthem to come out. And they even announced a release date, February 22nd, 2019. So the same day as Days Gone. So if you want both, either pre-order one before the other, or you're gonna have to choose. Personally, I think I'm gonna pre-order one and then the other. God damn. Oh god. So this goes off of me. This is me. If you guys haven't noticed, this is how I go about my gaming world. I decide when, how, and what I'm gonna do when it comes to pre-ordering games. If you guys don't know, I just bought God of War and the digital deluxe edition of God of War, the digital deluxe edition of Jurassic World Evolution, and a controller today. So yeah, I'm stupid. But for those of you wondering why, for those of you who don't know, Sony does have Days of Play going on right now. I highly suggest you guys go check it out. There's a lot of great deals. I talked about this in yesterday's Arkham City video. Excuse me. And yeah, I ended up using it to buy a controller. I bought a black steel controller for $39.99 from GameStop, which should be here within the next week, which is magnifique that I'm going to have a new controller finally. And this will be the 4th controller I have. And for those of you wondering, yes, there will be an unboxing. Then, God of War is a series that's going to be started. Jurassic World Evolution we started. Honestly, I can't wait. This whole year of gaming is just... It's just wonderful. Gaming has come so far in, since it started, gaming has come so far, and this year is, I think, one of the pinnacle years to be a gamer. If you're a gamer and you don't know what games you want to go into, what games you want to look at and stuff, this is the year where you have the most free range of, okay, I'm just going to go kind of look around and see what games I like. It's that sort of style of gaming that's coming out this year, and I like that idea. It's getting people into newer styles of games. It's all around a great year for gaming, in my opinion, and I honestly cannot wait. I've bought 2 games this week, and I'm probably going to be buying more this year, so I love the way gaming has gone this year. It's fantastic. For those of you wondering, yes, I'm still planning on getting into the gaming PC. It's just kind of being pushed back for now because I have a lot of other things to take care of in my life right now. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the day 1 recap coverage video of E3 2018. Stay tuned to my channel and to other channels. I highly suggest, if you guys haven't watched the live stream yet from EA, go to EA's YouTube channel, Electronic Arts, and go watch it. You guys can go to GameSpot and watch anything that they've put out. By the way, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'm just saying, go check these videos out because, straight up, they're fantastic. If you guys want to see anything more in depth from the EA stuff, you can. There's actually even some playing stuff afterwards, after the EA's E3 press conference finished. So I highly suggest you guys go check some of that stuff out. I'll see you all tomorrow for the next video. Stay golden. Peace. Oh, speaking of which, there's 4 things tomorrow, so the video is probably not going to be coming out until Monday morning. And by Monday morning, I mean Monday afternoon, because I'm basically going to get home from work, hopefully not fall asleep, which it's 2 in the morning and I'm still not asleep after working an 8-hour shift. Hopefully not fall asleep. Start, I think Microsoft is the first one tomorrow. Start Microsoft's, watch that. Watch the one after, which I think Square Enix, Devolver Digital, and Bethesda are all tomorrow's. Watch all of those. Record the video. Sleep for as long as I can. Wake up for Mondays, then watch Tuesdays, then Wednesdays, and then Thursday I'm going to be gone at my brother's. Come home, record Jurassic World with Jesse, and then watch the final day of E3. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Stay golden. Peace.